Hello viewers, welcome to Joy's Kitchen. I hope you are doing good. Today I'm going to show you a very typical Bengali fish curry. We call it Pabda fish chachchori, or I call it Lebu Pabda fish chachchori, which is actually Pabda fish cooked in a lemon zest and lots of onion and spices. So it's so yummy, very yummy, and it's so good with plain boiled rice. And this fish is actually a very famous fish in Bangladesh. But if you don't find this fish, trust me, you can cook with any kind of fish like sea bass, salmon, or haddock, anything. So today, at first, I'm going to show you how Pabda fish looks. That's how the fish looks. It's really no bone at all, just one bone in the middle. And very, very soft kind of fish is this one. It cooks really, really quickly. And I already cleaned it, and I took 2 packets, so nearly like 250 grams of Pabda fish here. So in a large wok at first, I'm going to add around I'm going to add all my ingredients, because this is actually Makha. Makha means mix together. Like at first, what I done, I put around 2 teaspoons of turmeric powder and 1 teaspoon of salt, and I kind of mix with my fishes just to get rid of all the fish flavor and everything, because I don't like too much fishiness in my curry. So, and in this wok now I am adding 3 medium-sized finely chopped onion first, because Makha means mixture, so I have to mix all the ingredients together at first with my hand, and then I'm gonna cook it. Because usually we cook it first, like we cook constantly and then we add one after another all the ingredients, but in that case I'm gonna mix them first. Then I added 5 to 6 green chilies, and I cut them in the middle, you can see, just to release their flavor and the spiciness in my final curry. I added 1 teaspoon of garlic paste and 1 teaspoon of ginger paste. This fish don't need too much of garlic and ginger, because as I said, this fish is very fresh and very soft. And this is the lemon. This is a typical Bengali lemon, which is we use actually for flavor. It's kind of like kaffir lime leaf flavor. And if you don't find this lemon, just add normal lime, green lime. And I'm gonna use only the zest of it. So I'm adding around 2 teaspoons of zest. I'm not using any spoon because I know the measurement. That's why I'm just grating it directly in my pan. But if you want, you can just measure it with 2 teaspoons for 250 grams of fish. And this flavor, already I can smell it. Oh, it's so fresh and so good. Don't use the white part, because white part is the bitter one. So just add the green part. Now I'm adding around 2 tablespoons of onion paste. So this is like 2 tablespoons of onion paste also, just to make my gravy a little bit thicker. So, oh my god, the smell. And now I'm adding 1 teaspoon of turmeric powder, around 1.5 teaspoon actually, not 1.5 teaspoon of turmeric powder. That curry gonna be so flavorful because of this lemon. And around 1.5 teaspoon of plain red chili powder. Just 1.5 teaspoon of turmeric powder, 1.5 teaspoon of red chili powder. That's the spice I'm using, not any other spice. And another 1.5 teaspoon of salt, because I already add a little bit of salt in my fish. So yeah, I have to make sure that I'm not adding too much. Then I am adding around 1.5 tablespoon of vegetable oil. It depends how much fish you are cooking. If you are cooking more, add more. But I am adding just 1.5 tablespoon of vegetable oil. And now that's what we call Makha, because this is the main part. This is the main part, because you have to almost half cook your onions and spices by mixing it. And we love it. This is actually ancient kind of Bengali cooking style, like all our grandmoms and great grandmoms, they used to cook like that, their fish and meat. But nowadays they don't do these things. But trust me, if you cook like that, the fish or any kind of curry tastes totally different and so good. And I don't want to forget this kind of tradition. I want to keep it in my blood. So I do a lot. So now I'm gonna mix it at least 3 minutes, just like that. So after around 3 minutes, I put my onions and everything in my whole pan in the hob, and you can see they are quite boiling now, and I'm gonna cook them till the oil comes out. So after around 2 minutes, you can see my onions are half done now, and the oil came up, and I covered it actually. I cooked and I covered it because I don't want to burn them. If you think your spices are burning, you can add 1 or 2 tablespoons of boiling water just to give them a little bit runny or gravy kind of texture. Oh, the smell from the lemon and garlic, oh, so good, so good, so good. And I'm gonna cover it and cook it for another 1 minute, just like that. I don't want that too much crunchiness in my onion, that's why I'm gonna cook it for 1 minute more. So after around 1 minute, that's how my onion looks now. And onion is quite soft now, you can see, and the oil came up. It's almost done, because as I said, this fish is so soft, so I can't cook my fish too longer. So I have to make sure when onions are almost done, that's the time I'm gonna add my fishes, because I don't want to break them in my final curry. If you are cooking tilapia or salmon, then you're gonna cook a little bit longer. But if you are cooking this fish, Pabda fish, no, you can't cook too longer. You can cook hilcha fish even, just like that. Just exactly the same process, but cook hilcha fish. That also really, really yummy. And now I'm adding my fishes here. You can see. This fish is so good. And there is no bone in this fish. It's just solid fish and 1 bone in the middle. That's it. We Bengali people love this Pabda fish. This is like one of the famous fish in our country. After hilcha, obviously, because we love hilcha more, but I think Pabda is the second one. And I'm not gonna mix this fish too much with the spices, because if you can't stir this fish too much, because this is so soft, so you have to make sure you have to be very gentle. Just treat them like a girl. You have to treat this fish just like a girl, because they are so soft and gentle. I know it sounds funny, but it's true. We need to be treated very nicely. So now I'm gonna just mix this fish with the spices, because still they are raw, so I can handle them a little bit easily. But when they are cooked, they're gonna be like butter, so I can't touch them after that. So I'm gonna mix them, and then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna add like half cup of boiling water just to give them a little bit of gravy. And I'm gonna cover it and cook them for 5 or 6 minutes. That's it. After that, my dish gonna be done, because as I said, this fish cooks so quick. So you can see I mix my fish and the spice together very well now. Now I'm gonna add the gravy or the water, as I said before. I'm gonna add around half cup of water, boiling water, because this dish is not going to be too runny. The gravy not going to be too runny, not too thin or not too thick in the middle. So yeah, like around half cup, yeah, should be fine. And now I'm going to cover the pot or pan and cook it for 5 to 6 minutes. And I don't need to stir it anymore, because I don't want to break this fish. So this fish exactly like butter, so soft. After around 6 minutes, you can see my gravy is almost done. My fish is done. And that's the gravy I'm looking for. Not too thin and not too thick. It's not very runny. So my dish is done. And I added actually 4 more green chilies, whole green chilies, just to give it a little bit of flavor, not spice. Just whole green chili. And I'm going to serve it now. So yeah, it's done. So here you go, guys. This is my Lebu Pabda Makha Chacchori, or Pabda fish with lemon gravy, in lemon gravy, is ready for you. And as you see, it's not very complicated dish, trust me, and you can cook with any kind of fish, salmon, as I said, salmon, sea bream, or tilapia fillet, anything you like. And it's so good actually, and so yummy with plain boiled rice. So I hope you're gonna like this recipe, and follow or share and follow my recipes, and subscribe my channel. And don't forget to like and subscribe and share my recipe with your friends, family and neighbors. And I hope you're gonna cook this dish and eat with plain boiled rice, and let me know how much you enjoy it. So here you go. Bye bye. Tada.